Yeah.
Well, no. I was gonna say she likes to watch what? Okay, what kind of movies do you like? If you had to like pick a genre,
Okay, if I had to pick my desert island genre.
your
of
desert
movies.
island genre.
Okay, here we go. I just get one?
Yes.
Just one?
Yes.
Oh, boy. Okay. If I had to pick one, it would be fantasy. Epic fantasy.
Interesting.
Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit, Game of Thrones,
Mm-hmm.
Stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
To reference video games, The Witcher, Skyrim, things like that.
Whoa.
Epic
Mm-hmm.
fantasy stuff.
I'm a fan of dark comedy,
Like what?
like The Wolf of Wall Street,
I know.
American Hustle, like
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
What about...
I also consider those to be intellectual movies, but I don't like to say that because it makes me sound like a pretentious hipster. But I did get my fiance to watch Nightcrawler last night.
Okay.
I love that movie. Have you seen that?
I've heard good things about it.
Jake
I've not seen it,
Gyllenhaal.
though.
She wasn't a fan.
I'm not
But she
that
likes
surprised.
movies with sharks and ghosts.
What was that
If
one
there
about?
were a movie, what?
What was Nightcrawler about?
Nightcrawler is about this guy who just needs a job. So he's looking for money. And he's also pretty weird and has he's pretty weird.
Okay.
I'll just leave it at that. He's strange. And he comes across like a crime scene or something and realizes that there's like news vehicles there, videotaping what's happening, but there's also these freelance people who are videotaping what's happening.
Okay.
He lives in LA. And he buys a video camera and he gets a police scanner and he goes to crime scenes and starts videotaping stuff, and he learns how to get really good at it. So he's there before the cops are there, or he's there before the other news stations are there. He sells the footage to a big TV station in town. He's in LA.
Okay.
And so it kind of just spirals out of control from that because he's addicted to the rush that he gets from following these things, and he's also addicted to the money that he gets because he started at, getting $200 for footage, and now he's up to like getting really good stories, and he's getting, $10,000 for a story
Right.
from this one TV station.
Right.
And it gets to a point where he witnesses a murder,
Ooh.
and he has it on tape,
Oh my gosh.
but he took out the part where the murder happens.
Okay.
And he only gives the police and the TV station the footage from inside the house before the cops got there, after the murder had already happened. He had the people that committed the murder on tape, but he didn't give it to the cops because he wanted to create another story to get more money. So he
Wow.
let these people go and then waited outside of where they lived so that he could follow them somewhere. And when they were in a public place, in a restaurant, he called the police and was like, I have the two people who committed this murder.
Mm.
I can see them. I think one of them has a gun. I'm spoiling the whole movie. I'm sorry.
Spoilers for Nightcrawler, behind and ahead.
Yeah, for real. And so, the cops end up there and they have a shootout, a big police chase.
Dang.
Like, these people die, like, people get shot. And this guy has a partner who he hired to navigate and, like, drive the car and stuff like that because he's,
Yeah.
busy doing this stuff. And this is crazy. This is a big spoiler. But this guy's... What?
Should I watch it?
You should watch it.
I'll watch it.
You should watch it.
Okay, I'll watch
But-
it. But it seems like...
To
like
me,
a-
it's entertaining.
like a drama, like a dark drama.
It's a
type
dark
of thing.
drama.
Yeah.
Very much like... I feel like if you are the type of person who would watch something like Silver Linings Playbook, you probably
Oh, I
like
like that
this movie. Yeah, you probably like this.
Yeah.
Sorry that I almost spoiled the whole thing. I just watched it last night,
That's cool.
so it's fresh. But she was not a fan.
Not a fan of it.
No, she
Was
likes.
it kind of slow and thinky?
It wasn't that thinky till later.
Okay.
When he sees the murder, and then you're like, why did he delete that part? Like, what's he trying to do?
Oh,
But I will say it was pretty slow for like a lot of it.
yeah.
Because at one point she was like, what is this movie even about? And I was like, you just gotta watch it.
So you hadn't seen it before, right? You both watched it together?
That was my second time watching it, and I told her that we should watch it.
Guys, isn't that the worst feeling? When you
Yes,
have
it's
this-
like recommending a restaurant, and you're like, I hope the service is good. I hope
and
the
it's
food's good.
terrible.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I had that just the other day. I was watching. Hang on, I gotta sneeze.
Big sneeze. Another big sneeze.
Oculus. Have you seen that?
No.
Well, I thought it was good. I don't know if it played well the second time, but I was watching it with some mutual friends of ours. I think they liked it, actually.
We
But
have
it-
mutual friends.
Mutual relatives, actually.
Mutual relatives. Wait. Okay. Go ahead. Okay.
Yeah. I think they liked it, actually. But the second time around, I was like stuff that I reacted to the first time, they were not necessarily reacting to. And I was, it was just
sad.
it's just that weird feeling of like, oh, maybe
Yeah.
it's not a good recommendation.
Yeah.
You know,
I
or
mean-
like when you show someone a YouTube video, like, this is so funny, and they don't crack at
Yes.
all. At all. You're
Yes.
just like,
That
that one was funny. Actually,
one is funny.
one of those relatives showed me that video.
Oh man, sometimes I feel bad for laughing so hard at it, but then I'm like, what was she even doing?
Where was she going with that?
For real, what kind of Jamaican sound?
Gosh.
Oh man.
Oh man.
Anyway,
So-
we watched it right after we watched freaking 3 of the Paranormal Activity movies.
You know what?
So
I actually like those movies.
I mean, I can watch them.
Yeah.
This is the thing I was saying about her. She's very polar with her opinions.
Oh.
So she will either really like a movie or really not like a movie.
Okay.
Like there are a lot of places that she likes to eat, but there are also a lot of places she really, really does not like to eat.
Yeah. It's
I'm not that way.
It's an extreme.
I like everything.
Okay.
I typically will not watch a movie and think that was a bad movie or I didn't like that movie.
Okay.
That's very rare.
Okay.
It's very rare for me to go to a restaurant and be like, that was bad.
I would
So we're just
say-
different because I can watch Paranormal Activity and then I can watch Nightcrawler right after and be just as engrossed in both of them.
Yeah.
She's not the same way. She
No.
likes what she likes. She doesn't like what she doesn't like.
Huh. Interesting. I'm usually like, if there's one thing glaringly wrong with the movie, it'll kind of take me out of the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll just think on it. And when people say, like, when people say, is that a good movie? I'm like, yeah, but, not really.
I
Because
mean,
of this
yeah,
freaking thing.
it has qualities.
It's like, yeah.
Have you seen The Circle?
Yeah. I watched it with our relatives
That
same
is a
weekend.
movie that I would say is not very good.
Really?
Really.
Why?
Is that what I'm thinking? That's the one with Emma Watson.
Oh, I have seen Circle, not The Circle.
The Circle
No, I've not seen
with
that.
Emma Watson.
No. I've seen Circle.
Well, first of all, love Emma Watson. You know,
she dope for real though.
super dope, but
She dope.
her
for real.
American accent's pretty awful.
Is it really?
Yes.
What?
Yes. I think so.
It takes you out of it, right?
Yeah.
A little bit.
I'm like, you're Hermione. You're always going to be Hermione.
For real. Like, why even try? Oh, although she was good at Beauty and the Beast, though. She did a good
Oh,
job.
I haven't seen it.
She was still British, though, or
Oh,
English.
yeah. Well, then that's,
Yeah.
there was one other movie. I can't remember the name of it, but there was like this husband and wife and their son. And they were in this boarded up house. Something had happened in the
Mhm.
world. They were in this boarded up house and there was like a disease. Couldn't go outside or like whatever.
Yeah.
That was the whole movie. They were just in this house. They had to kill a couple people, but
Gosh.
literally it
didn't
was
amount to
not about anything. It was not about anything.
Weird.
I need to figure out the name of it, and you can watch it.
Huh. Interesting.
It wasn't horrible, but I was like, why did I just? I went on like a Tuesday night when the movies are $5, so
Right.
it was fine.
$5 Tuesday.
But still, I was like, I could have like slapped. I could have done something else with
I
my
wonder
time.
if I've wasted my time on a movie recently. Let me think. Black Panther, definite waste of time.
I haven't seen it. I don't see a lot of movies.
I'm just kidding. It wasn't a waste of time, but I really didn't like it. No, I don't know. I don't know.
These locusts are loud.
Are they coming through the mics?
I mean, I can hear it.
I don't know.
They stopped.
Weird.
Now they're going.
No, I don't know. I don't know if I've. Usually, I'll turn something off, like 25 minutes in. If it's not working,
Oh God,
I'll turn. It
I don't
off.
do that.
I'll do that.
Even if it's like, if I don't think it's gonna be good, I know that there are movies that are slow in the beginning, so I'll just wait it out.
Yeah, but not even like it can be slow and intriguing.
Okay, I watched this movie called Naked.
Uh-huh.
It's on Netflix, and it's a comedy,
Mm-hmm.
and it has one of the Wayans brothers, and it was
Okay.
like really, really cheesy. But I watched the whole thing, and in the end, I was like, oh, my heart,
You're
my
such a
heart.
sucker.
I know. I made Kate watch it too. I was like, hey, you have to. I made my fiance watch it too, and I was like, you have to watch this movie. It's so cheesy, but just get through it. It'll warm your heart.
Oh,
And she watched it. We watched it together actually. And she's
Yeah.
like, oh, but it's so horribly cheesy.
You know what movie I really, really love
What?
that everybody else seems to hate is The Village. by
I
M. Night
like that
Shyamalan.
movie too.
Yeah.
That's a really good movie. Also, no, very unpopular opinion. I love The Road, the book and the movie.
Really?
Yes.
I think it was all right.
I think. Do you read? I don't really read, but I read that
some
book
stuff.
because I'd already seen the movie, and we read it in like literature class in high school,
Yeah.
and we read it, and it was like, it was not just a book, which was really cool. I'm gonna sound super weird and like crazy eclectic,
Doesn't it have,
and
like,
I'm
no
not.
Like has no
It
punctuation.
has no
right?
punctuation. It does have punctuation. There aren't quotation marks. And there are huge sections of like white space in the book.
Right.
Like
so
big
it was
sections.
like
So it's like more of an experience. It's
Yeah.
supposed to put you in the place of like, there aren't quotation marks because there are only two people.
right.
You know who's talking.
Right. It gives you that
And-
isolation of a
Yeah.
post-apocalyptic
Yes.
situation.
Yes, because
Yeah.
that's what it's about. And there's
Yeah.
huge white spaces because they're in a world of nothingness.
Yeah.
And
I
there
think that's a
are,
cool idea.
you know, however many hours or days or whatever that they go without talking or go without doing anything because they have nothing to do. They're on a
Right.
dead earth.
Everything's dead.
Yeah.
That's
Cormac
crazy.
McCarthy, I like you. That's the author. That's the author of the book.
So,
It's pretty cool.
did you ever watch Lord of the Rings?
Never seen Lord of the Rings.
Never seen. They're playing in the theaters now.
They're about to play all the Harry Potters too.
They are. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we went and saw the first Lord of the Rings last weekend. We're gonna do it.
Mhm.
We're gonna do it again. We're gonna see all of them. They're the extended cuts too, so they're each like 4 hours plus.
Are you serious?
For real.
They're not 4 hours. What?
Not kidding.
What more? Not that I've seen them, but how? That's like,
Dude, I would sit through 5 hours if there was that much more material. It's so good.
so that means they shot all that and then cut
Oh,
it
yeah.
out. They just cut out an hour
Yeah.
of like actual plot.
Well, some of it is. Some of it's like comical relief that they took out. You
It's
know?
probably just bits and pieces here and there.
Yeah. It's bits and pieces, but there is some stuff
Adds up.
that they did really cleverly too. Like you'll see, like you'll have a question about it. Like if you watch the theatrical version, you might have a question about where this character ended up, but you don't necessarily catch that while you're watching it.
Mm-hmm.
You might have someone might bring it up later, and you're like, oh yeah, they never really tied up that loose end, but you don't notice it watching it. And then in the extended cut, they show you that, and it's kind of like you didn't know it wasn't there until they showed you that it wasn't there. You
okay.
know, they
That
did it
makes
really
sense.
well, but
That's
there
cool.
there is some plotty stuff in there. Yeah,
I just haven't seen it.
It's
I
good.
don't.
you don't like fantasy though.
Can't say I have much of a desire to see it. Yeah, no, I love Harry Potter.
Yeah, that's actually kind of weird because Mom's in the same boat. She loves Harry Potter, but when I try to get her to watch Lord of the Rings or The Hobbit, she's like, ugh.
Yeah, I feel the same. I've not seen the Star Wars movies either. I haven't seen any of them.
I'm not a huge Star Wars fan.
Well, that's weird because you like Lord of the Rings.
No, but that's that's like space fantasy. Okay, there are different
Sure.
categories in the geekdom, right? There's space. There's like sci-fi space, and then
Okay.
there's like mystical fantasy,
That's true.
magical stuff. You know,
Harry Potter is like, I don't know.
amazing.
It is amazing.
It's just so good. You would, I don't know. You might like Game of Thrones. I think you would like Game of Thrones. Actually, I think you would. I think you would. It's not as mystical as Lord of the Rings.
I was told I might not like Westworld because it is fantasy, but I don't look at it as fantasy.
I
It's
don't
like
either.
real world.
I look at it
It's
as
supposed to be like real.
Yeah, I would call it.
I mean, fantasy is supposed to be real, but it's like
No,
Westworld
yeah.
is like
like it. Yeah, like it could happen.
it could be real.
It's reality. Yeah, I would call it sci-fi,
Yeah,
sci-fi western, something like that.
it's not Western.
I mean, you could say
It's about a Western. No,
You could say the tone of the show.
I don't think
It's sci-fi
so.
Western.
No,
Yes.
We haven't gotten past like the 4th episode. We
Oh my
still haven't. I
gosh.
know, and I've heard from a million people that you just got to get to the end of the first season.
Seriously.
A million people have said that to me, but
Yeah.
we haven't done it. It's like Bates Motel.
Shelby was watching that. Bates Motel. My friend was watching that.
You have a wife. You can call her that. Yeah. Well, Bates Motel, I was watching with Mom when it first came on TV, and we just stopped watching it. And we were like, why do we stop watching that? We should keep
Yeah.
watching it. And then my fiance watched it, and she said, or then I started watching it way after, and she was like, don't. It's not worth your time. Like, you won't be able to get through, like, the whole first season. I was like, no way. I can for sure get through it. Like, you just didn't put in the time. And I tried, and I was like, I don't want to watch this anymore.
Shows, they can fall off like that.
Yeah, for real.
You
I don't
don't
know
get
what it
sad.
is about it. It ran for a few seasons, though. I think it's still on.
I think it
maybe.
did, yeah. I felt that way about Hemlock Grove.
Never, ever heard of that.
It's on Netflix. But it's like a supernatural type of thing. With
Supernatural is the cheesiest show I've ever seen in my entire life. Oh,
but
my Lord.
I agree. But yeah, it was in that vein. There were like vampires and werewolves and stuff. And it was pretty good. We were watching it for a little bit. And then somewhere in season 2, it just became like, what is happening? What are we watching here? This isn't going anywhere.
Sounds like it was written by Shonda Rhimes. And then all you got to do is make someone get stabbed with an ice cube or something. Or an icicle, not an ice cube.
No, yeah, icicle.
Shonda Rhimes, hey, props to her. She's very successful.
Yeah.
She writes some of the most watched shows on TV. TGIT might as well just be called Shonda Rhimes Night. But on shows like Grey's Anatomy, it is just far past its prime. It should be over.
Yeah,
I don't
know
watch
how-
it anymore, but I did. And when I realized that every season finale, half the cast is killed off in some horrible freak accident, I was just like, why do people still work at this hospital? I would have left a long time ago. Go Christina Yang for getting out of there.
Yeah, that's what
She
I was
hasn't
thinking
died
too.
yet.
Yeah, I didn't watch it religiously, but I know people that have watched it.
Mhm.
I've seen it here and there, and I'm like, dang, like this hospital must be cursed
For real.
because everyone working here has problems.
Yes.
like serious problems.
They're really messed up people
Yeah.
to begin with. But then someone gets stabbed with an icicle.
My gosh.
Ambulances explode. The
Yeah.
hospital catches on fire. Some
Yeah.
guy comes in and shoots it up.
Yep.
Everyone leaves to go to a conference and their plane crashes.
Yep.
Like, what is next?
What is
Is the
going on?
hospital gonna sink? Just sink? It's not even in the ocean.
Yeah.
It's just gonna sink. They're all gonna drown
because it's Grey's Anatomy.
because it's Grey's Anatomy. Anything can happen
You can
at
do it.
Seattle Grace, Mercy West.
We're gonna talk about epic fantasy. Grey's Anatomy.
For real. Maybe that's why I don't watch it anymore.
Oh, that's funny.